topic today is how to support your partner who's battling erectile dysfunction. And, you know, battling is one thing, supporting your partner is a completely different thing, and you need a specific mindset to be able to offer that support. And of course, we have Mrs. Marie Rose Sackey here with us. She's an entrepreneur and a counselor. Good morning.
Good morning, Dziffa.
I love your afro.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also doing
almost done
well,
with 2020. Thank God.
Yes. So much traffic this morning. I don't know what's causing the traffic out there, but it's really bad. Yeah. But otherwise, we thank God for a new day.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, erectile dysfunction, for people who don't know what it is, tell us what it is and if it's normal or it's something that couples should freak out about.
Yeah, as you said, erectile dysfunction is quite a sensitive topic and is mainly experienced by the males. And what it is the fact that a man can't keep erection, you know, or can't, you know, get erection repeatedly.
Yeah.
You know, when you can't get it repeatedly or maintain it. You know, some men can get erection, but they can't maintain it all the way to penetration. And that is the difficulty, because, you know, when you walk around the market and in the buses and all that, you hear a lot of people always selling all these aphrodisiac and all that.
It means it's something that's very important to our men.
It is very important to our men, and that is why it is sensitive. But it is not out of the ordinary. There are so many things that could cause it. And it's quite a professional area as well, because it could be a psychological problem.
So maybe they're stressed out or something like that.
Stressed out, or from abuse from childhood, or something like that.
That would trigger.
That could trigger. It could be medication. When people are on medication, especially for hypertension and all those diabetes, those things, sometimes it can have the downside, yes. And then it could also be just because the person's own drive, you know, so it's a mix.
But how do you support such a partner? So you discover it, you're already in a relationship. Where do you even start from?
Yeah. In supporting your partner, one of the things I didn't mention, that you could even have performance anxiety, which can cause ED, which is erectile dysfunction. I might be using it interchangeably, you know. And when you are so, you know, a man making so much noise, and all that, and then it gets there, you are so anxious, you can't perform. It happens a lot to new weds or new couple, or for one reason or the other. So if you realize that your partner is experiencing that, it could be temporary. If it's psychological, it could be temporary, because once you take out that obstacle, something can be done. Yes, something can be done about it. So it's not a dead end. As a partner, don't blame yourself. The first thing I'll say is that don't blame yourself. Don't think that, oh, my husband hasn't been getting a hard on when he sees me, so it means that he doesn't love me again, or there's something wrong with me. Don't blame yourself as a partner, first of all. Deal with yourself. Accept that it happens. And even with men, as they age, from a certain age, it happens a lot, yes. With young people, it happens, like I'm saying, with the performance anxiety and all that. It can happen from time to time. But then when it is always happening, then you need that kind of support from home, because it can also frustrate a partner. If you're a woman with a high libido, you can be very frustrated. You know, we have this hyper and hypo thing. It's not a hypo. When a man has a hypo, it's not really that he can't get a hard on. It's just that he doesn't love having, you know, coitus or anything like that. So that one is a bit different. But when the person wants to, but cannot perform, it can be frustrating.
So how do you deal with that frustration?
So you deal with yourself.
You've set up the mood, you've done all you need to do, you're ready for the main meal, and then
the second thing I would say is that after dealing with yourself as a partner or as a woman, The next thing is to have an open communication about it. Talk about it. You know.
How do you handle that conversation?
Talk about it out of the bedroom so that there's not too much pressure.
Yeah.
You know, you can talk about it whilst you watch your favorite TV program or out of the bedroom, because just going to the bedroom can even be stressful to a man, thinking that, hey, I'm going to be expected to do this and things are not happening.
But the moment it happens, how do you react?
The moment it happens as a woman or as a partner, you have to calm down.
So you have to breathe.
You have to breathe. Okay. You have to assure your partner that I'm there for you.
No, how do you assure yourself first? Because that's like, I have to assure myself before I assure you.
The first thing is that you tell yourself that it's okay. It happens sometimes. If we can't do it today, we can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, if it can't happen today, it might be very frustrating or it might be disappointing because you are up there and you're expecting things to happen. But calm yourself down, taking a deep breath. There are so many ways we can get intimate. It's not only sexual. So if it's not happening that way, you can penetrate. You can kiss, you can cuddle, you know. So don't just sit down or lie down and start blaming.
Yeah.
Rather,
experiment
other things. Okay. You know, hold yourselves and cuddle a lot, and you can fondle and, you know, have fun.
Okay.
In another way that is creative and acceptable to the two of you.
Okay.
It's not everything that is acceptable, but then if both of you are comfortable with yourself, be creative, come up with something in the instant and deal with it.
Okay, so then, that's the immediate reaction.
That is the immediate reaction. When it is repetitive or when it happens very often, then it means that it's something that you have to openly talk about, you know, and understand what is happening. Let the person know that his or her health, his health is much more important than that instant gratification. Yes, because like I'm saying, it's all part of intimacy. Sexual intimacy is one of the intimacies or things that we do to bridge us or make us bond. But if it can't happen, you can have social intimacy, you can have recreational intimacy, intellectual intimacy, you know, we can have spiritual intimacy. There's so many other things that you can do to bond. And then of course use the other things. If you can't penetrate, like I said, you can kiss a lot, hold yourselves a lot. You know, there are times that you can even be with somebody without doing anything and still you become so intimate that you feel it. You feel that you are there. You know, I remember years ago, a late friend of mine came to my house and she was telling me about her husband. She had married not too long then. And she was telling me, hey, she thinks because she didn't even know about
erectile dysfunction.
Not erectile dysfunction. It didn't have to do with erectile dysfunction, but it had to do with orgasm and, you know. And she was surprised that her husband she had married could talk her to orgasm.
Wow.
And she had never experienced. So she thought, hey, this guy, he might have some juju or something. You know, and that's what she thought. But I told her, no, it's normal. It can happen.
It can happen.
People can talk on the phone and wake you up.
But how do you handle that conversation? So let's say last night, our wedding night, it didn't happen. Should the person, the man, be vulnerable enough to tell you if this is something he's been dealing with for a long time, or if it was just a performance anxiety situation? And you as a woman too, how do you handle it with enough empathy so that he knows that you are not going to judge him when he opens up about it?
Yeah. The fear of being judged, the fear of being, you know, weighed,
humiliated,
all those things. So if the man, I know there's been instances where people have married and they realize that the man has ED, and the person never opened up. And so it becomes a frustration. Some of these things has even led to
a divorce. Is it okay to feel deceived if he was dealing with this and he didn't open up about it?
Yes, you are deceived. But then I think you can go for counseling and see where the problem lies and try and solve it.
Because there could be like some past trauma or something. Yes,
because it can be dealt with. It's not a dead end. It can be dealt with. So if that you find yourself in that, so you seek professional help. If it is a medical situation, if it's a medication that the person is taking, you have to talk to your doctor about it. And in your communication, I think that you can offer to your partner that you would want to accompany him to the hospital so that the doctor can talk to you both, or whatever professional help you seek. It is better to do it together so that you both are on the same page and can enjoy or know how to, going forward, enjoy yourselves.
How do you deal with the insecurities that he might have? Like, imagine he's like a big, tall guy, very successful, macho. All your friends are like, hey, this guy, your wedding day, blah, blah, blah. How do you handle the insecurities that he may be feeling? Like, maybe she doesn't see me that way anymore.
Oh, it's all the attitude of the woman. You know how when you go to some of these local communities, how the women can really insult their husband. Oh, who are you? What can you, when we are talking of men, do we count you as one and all that kind of thing? I think that
somebody even said they don't like Q-tip type of a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's your attitude. If you build confidence in the man, it will come. One thing that I'm forgetting to say is, like, sometimes if it's psychological, you realize that when your man sleeps, in his deep sleep, sometimes you will see that he can get hard on. So
would that be an opportunity for you to like hop on, or
not necessarily hopping on, but that tells you that it's not a dead end. Whatever situation that is there can be dealt with. When you observe such things, but then it happens in his sleep. But when it comes to having to penetrate, he can't do it. Then it means that you have to look for a professional help. So you have to look out for such cues. If it doesn't happen at all, then yes, you also look for help, because now there are surgical implants and all that can be done. So you seek for help, and if it can be done, yes, why not? You go ahead and get the assistance to help your partner.
How important is it for partners to start experimenting when that option is no longer, viable?
Well, in a situation where, especially when you've not had children, and then you're looking forward to have children and you have those kind of problems, it can be a big challenge. But then if you really, really love your partner and you are there for, there's so many other ways these days, IVF and all that, there's so many ways, because if the person experiences ED, doesn't mean he can't have children, so he will still have the sperm that can make babies. So you can look for other options and then use the other intimacy, whatever, to keep your relationship going. Yes. So those are some of the things. If like I said, you can also change your lifestyle. If your partner is too big, it's because of weight. Help your partner with exercises. If it is diet, don't just give him alone the diet. Sometimes you also have to start eating that way to help him feel that you understand, or you support whatever he's going through, so that he can eat better food. As a woman, cook good food for your husband. Don't do too much of all this outside meals and all that. Get more vegetables, get more your greens and all that, So you make sure that you are putting him in a good state in terms of diet, so that it can also support. And then all other things that you have to do to help him stay focused. I think that you shouldn't be demanding too much when you're in the bedroom that, this is my expectation today. I expect that you have to do this, and it doesn't happen. It becomes disappointing. And that's where you say that he feels, I'm tall, huge, giant. Look at a man like me. But when I go to the room, I can't perform. Yeah. So your wife, you yourself, you feel broken, or you don't feel like a man enough. Yeah. But if you keep on telling your partner that, hey, I believe in you, forget about that. Despite that, we are together. And being together and laughing together and doing so many other things together is not a big deal. If you have kids already, hey, that might not really be the biggest problem. And some women, we have to also remember that sometimes women reach a certain age and their libido goes low. Yeah.
So they might be fine.
So they might be fine with it. So it all depends on how
you handle it,
the situation you find yourself in. But the main thing is that stay positive about it, and don't make your partner feel lowered or less of a man or a human being because of that, because there are solutions to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Mrs. Marie-Rose Sackey, for being with us. And as she said, be there for your partner, exercise lots of empathy. There are different ways you can still bond without necessarily focusing so much on penetration, and they're already dealing with enough. They don't need you to humiliate them. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, Like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.